Hello and welcome back to the Back Post. The season is actually over, Jay. It's done. I honestly didn't think it was going to end this time.
It went on for a little bit.
It really felt long. And unlike previous seasons, it kept us guessing right until the 60th minute of the final day, really. Well, 80th minute of the final day, really, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I saw something yesterday that, like, every position could have changed for, like, the first time in a long time.
Except, like, Leicester and Southampton, who were just playing kickball in the middle of yesterday's intense final day. They were just having a great day. It wouldn't surprise me if they were just doing heads and Vs. Just in 90 minutes.
No one's looking. Should we have a quick,
No, so obviously, we came so close to City bottling that. And at 2-0 Villa, you think it's happening. The Coutinho narrative, the Gerrard narrative. You're pretty certain that Liverpool will find a way through at some point.
Absolutely, yeah. And second Coutinho scores.
It's a quadruple.
It's good. You look like your head's on the swivel because the other game's behind you. Like, the fuck's going on? Yeah, it was mad. To be fair, it was mad how, like, City for that first 70 minutes looked awful. Didn't look like the title winning team. It's crazy.
Well, they have in a few games, haven't they? Obviously, the draw against West Ham and all sorts of things have happened like that. But at the end, Gundogan and Rodri dig them out. I mean, think what will happen when they actually have a striker next season. Liverpool might really rue some of those mistakes. I mean, I will say, as a Tottenham fan, a little bit of, we've got not much else. No, they're quite a good season. But they're the draw at Anfield.
Yeah,
a game that they should be winning at Anfield, and we've decided to cost them the title. I know other games have cost them the title, but that's the last game they dropped points in that would have changed that. So, tee-hee. But then again, we also beat City twice, so it doesn't really work.
We drew with them. I mean, we played our part in giving them 2 trophies anyway. So.
Did you know that Liverpool drew against every single top 4 side this season?
Really?
So that's interesting.
That is very interesting.
Draws are famously... There's no point drawing games in football. Like that season where Tottenham didn't get a draw till the last game of the season, we got more points because of it, because it's better just to win some, lose some, because...
Yeah. When you look at City in the table, they've got more wins, less draws. Like, and that is ultimately what has cost Liverpool at the end of the season now when you look back.
Yeah. Completely pointless. Don't draw. Just if you think you're about to draw, concede. Go next time.
Get it in.
Obviously, Burnley. Commiserations to them. Leeds, I guess, just had a bit of quality, didn't they? Rafinha, players like Jack Harrison, who I know I just said quality and then said Jack Harrison. I'm not sure that's they go hand in hand, but they stayed up. Sorry, Elliot. We'll see you in 2 seasons probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we get onto when we talk about our awards, but sacking Dyche is now
it almost
the stupid decision.
Looked like it was going to pay off.
For a moment, Big Mike was like pulling out
Ben Me.
Sorry, they were pulling out some good results, but I know this is the thing when you do a show like this, isn't it? It's like it's all hindsight, but now looks like a terrible decision.
Yeah, but good luck to them. Well done, Leeds, I guess. Meh. I mean, we didn't get the dream of Leeds or Everton going down.
Oh, I didn't want Everton.
I know
to
you
go.
didn't,
but I wanted Leeds to go.
Frank.
Yeah, obviously, I wanted Leeds to go because I made that video a couple of weeks ago about the goal difference, and I wanted them to go down on goal differences. Like, yeah, the way you play is shit. But I don't get that moment, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a great last day of football, though.
I mean, the final 2 sort of talking points is West Ham almost like United just going out how they spent the season just pathetically.
Yeah, they just
giving West Ham,
not even on the last day could they do so.
Giving West Ham every single opportunity to overtake them for the Europa League, but Graham Potter showed no mercy that day.
Graham Potter, he's a good. I like Graham.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah,
who doesn't like Graham?
He's a top
so West Ham and United stay the same with disappointing ends to the season, and finally, Chelsea-Watford. No.
Great game. Viva Ross Barkley. Also, do you know who got the assist for the first goal?
Was it Sal or was it Sal?
It was Kennedy.
Good.
He'd come back in January to not play any games until the final game of the season. He gets an assist. Come on, Kennedy.
I don't care, and stop banging on the table. Anyway, so yeah, and the last sort of talking points of yesterday was Tottenham Arsenal, and in some ways I really like the fact that Arsenal went and battered Everton, and I really like the fact that they went. You see them?
After the Newcastle result, it was almost impossible for them to get top 4,
Yeah.
weren't it? So, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, you idiot?
For them to celebrate in the way, and surely they know that because Tottenham scored early, so it was never really in doubt for Tottenham yesterday. I thought we were going to make it nervous. We really didn't.
You were genuinely nervous, and it was funny in the comments of some of our videos of you saying hopefully. Some people were like, "What you on about hopefully?" And then all the Spurs fans are like, "No, you don't know."
You don't know.
Which is quite.
But
funny.
it was really, we took the piss a little bit. I was saying to Jay that there's this moment where I'm pretty sure Kulusevski could have scored a tap in, but instead he's trying to get his mate Sonny the golden boot. So it could have been like a 6 or 7 or 8 game.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean Norwich.
absolutely.
I mean, we didn't mention Norwich. Pathetic.
Oh, yeah, no,
Pathetic. I hope they don't come back up.
No, absolutely.
But yeah.
Fuck off, Norwich. Sorry to any Norwich fan that's just been sat in the background watching us from the
this
start.
video.
And now he's just
love this channel.
Oh.
They never talk about Norwich, Craig. Fuck off, Norwich. Okay, I think that's it, innit? I think we want to talk about a few awards, don't we, from the season. Best of the season. We're going to talk only Premier League here as well, because obviously some other stats come into this, but we're going to talk Premier League. We're going to do best player of the season, best manager, best young player, best signing, best disaster, biggest disaster, biggest disaster,
Best disaster, I like
best
it.
disaster, unexpected hero, and our favourite moments personally. So we'll start with player. If there's only a few names you can throw into that hat. You got Kennedy, you got Sounders. You got Ross Barkley. No, of course you've got Son, you've got Salah, you got De Bruyne. Is anyone else that's kind of like a nomination?
I think it's difficult, isn't it? Because I think it's probably Salah because I was, and the reason I'm going to say it's Salah is because I was absolutely fucking outraged that last season Kane got the Golden Boot and the Playmaker Award, and De Bruyne somehow got the award ahead of him.
That was a joke. Yeah,
so Salah's got the Golden Boot and the Playmaker Award. So,
so
to not be a little
principle.
hypocrite, it probably has to be Salah. I know they didn't win the league, but there's 2 points in it, a point in it. In the end. So,
and also like the season is so long. Like, I mean, this one's felt as long as any. You got to think of Salah like in those early stages when Liverpool were just smashing it. He was on top. Everyone was talking about Ballon d'Or, this and that.
De Bruyne is obviously a different class, and they won the league, and part of that's because it's his quality to jink into the box for the winner yesterday. Yeah. Fair enough, it could.
I was going to say, and there's been loads of moments like that throughout the season, and also like in a team like City, where they've gone through quite a transition. Even though they keep winning, they've gone through a big transition where they've lost players like Company and they've lost big players. He's stepped up into a bit more of a leadership role and been vital in that Premier League win as well. But I think, like you say, if you're going to score the most and assist the most, you've made the biggest impact.
But I would like to just throw a little honourable mention to the fact that Son didn't get a mention, which is ridiculous. Not a nomination. Like, if you go and find one of go and find one of his like compilations of the actual goals he scored this season. He's quality.
What's it? No pens.
No pens. But that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of outside the box curlers as well that boy scores, and like his goal, he doesn't score a lot of like low goals. They're always pinging into the corners, and I love that.
He's a proper player, man. But are we agreeing on Salah here?
Yeah, I think it should be Salah.
If Liverpool won, it's Salah or easily, and because it's a full stop. But with them not even winning, it's what has he contributed to in the Premier League.
Yeah, and I'm really going to struggle with this next one, Jay.
Same. So manager, of course, Pep, Klopp. I've put down. You got Frank, just for the achievement of keeping Brentford to 14th.
Oh right,
Not Frank Lampard.
Okay, we did this yesterday as well, and I still haven't learned.
Yeah,
so yeah, Frank Lampard. Frank. Oh my God, Thomas Frank is a very good shout. Frank Lampard is not.
Eddie Howe deserves to be a shout, and also Potter deserves a shout. I think those are the nominees out of the managers this season. I think.
I know he's not going to win it, but does Conte not deserve a shout for coming into this Nuno torn?
You know what?
To be fair,
I mean, I've actually got Conte a little bit in one of the other categories, but you're right. He does deserve the credit because.
Okay, I don't think he should get it. I think.
The achievement of getting you lot to top 4. Where were you when he came in? Like, you had a terrible start to the season.
Well, we had a great start to the season.
You won 8
3.
on the bounce.
No, we won 3 on the bounce.
I thought it was 8.
No.
To be fair, you would have been way better. Nuno wouldn't have got sacked if you won 8 on the bounce.
Get out! The ninth.
Enough.
Get out! No, we won 3 on the bounce, and then we plummeted.
You sank so hard, and for him to drag you up and make the signings he did as well, and all that, he deserves a shout for sure.
Solskjaer.
So, what a man. I miss him in the Prem. I miss him.
No, I think I'm going to give it to...
It's difficult, this one. This is the hardest one.
it's Potter or Frank for me because Eddie Howe. I'm sorry, I know he's a good manager. I know he's turned Newcastle round. The money they injected in January, I'm not having it. I would just be very curious to see where Newcastle would have been if it was just his coaching with no, 20 million for Chris Wood. Like, I know.
I think without the money and with just his coaching, I do actually think they survive, but not to this extent. They
fire up the table. So for me, I think you're right. I think what Thomas Frank's done for his first season with players that like, if there's good players, Rico Henry and Boyu, like, and you go, they're good, but you don't know, do you? And
but then they weren't looking too hot before they signed Eriksen. They were going for a rocky period, get him in, but then I guess that's
Brighton went through a really poor run of form as well, though.
Yeah, true.
And then they came back towards. They've come back towards the end of the season. They finished really strongly, so maybe that's recency bias for us.
Are you just completely discrediting Pep and Klopp in this then?
Yeah.
Yes. I'd happily give it to Frank. To be honest.
Think Thomas Frank to finish some of the teams to finish above. He's finished above Villa.
I think expectations have come into this as well. Pep and Klopp. Like you said, but one. Bless you. 1 and 2. Brentford. 18, 19. That's where you expect them to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
Thomas Frank
with
his silly hair. Get a haircut there.
Yeah, and yeah. I was going to say check your attitude as well. I didn't need to at him like that. Okay, young player of the season, Josh. The nominations I've got down are Mount, Saka, Kulusevski, Foden, and Konate, who you've just informed me is quite young. Because I thought he was like 25.
I don't think it should be Konate. I think he missed too much at the start of the season, and that's no. He's a young kid. Like, fair enough, he needs to be in one of the best teams in the world. But I think if he can play all season, he's really, really impressed me.
It's a big compliment for me not knowing that he's that young. Like, he's come in, he's so composed, he's so good. So yeah, absolutely. But like, he's not going to make it. Mount, Saka, Foden, or Kulusevski. Foden won it in the real one. I don't think he should have won it. He's obviously incredible, but I don't think he's.
Tell me if some bias comes in here, but I think Mount's had some really good moments, but I think he's not stood up when it's mattered a lot of the time, and there's no fault of his own. I don't dislike Mount. I just think, I know we're talking about the league, but
yeah, no, I mean there's the moments in the two cups where he should have scored in the League Cup in normal time, should have scored his pen. Absolutely, and I guess that comes with the youth aspect. I think Mount's been around for a few years now, so you kind of forget he is young, but he's been our best player this season. Absolutely,
not Kovacic, not Rudiger.
No, those two have been brilliant. Kovacic has been in and out. I think Mount's been one of the only constants, bar a few games where he's been rested. He's got the most goals. He's got the most goal and assist tally. He's been our most important player in a season where we finished third. I think he's been our best player. So if we're finishing third and our best player is him and he's the young, he deserves a big shout in this.
Yeah, I'm just racking my brains to think of someone else. Obviously, Arsenal's front five are just young, but
like I think Arsenal,
they can't.
If Arsenal make top four, I feel like one of them might win.
If, as if it's still possible.
If they made the top four, maybe one of them, because that's quite.
Kulusevski's out assisted Saka already.
And Kulusevski's on this.
I know. I would feel weird giving it to Kulusevski because he's more of an impact. Than you can't give it to him for the season, unfortunately, because then again he's almost. He's done a lot. He's done a lot.
I don't think you get top four without him.
No, absolutely not. One thing yesterday is the first goal was Bentancur to Kulusevski, and I was like, we've done good there.
Unbelievably great signing. I say it every video. If you back Conte next year,
obviously Gallagher we haven't mentioned. I think he's had a really poor second half of the season. I think he was absolutely pivotal in the first half. Elise for Palace as well. Like they've quite exciting.
Rice is relatively young, isn't he? He is. He's like 23.
No. I'm thinking that maybe that's a really good shout because of the European exploits they've had, and
they've done well in the league as well.
Yeah, they have.
So I'm not.
How old is Rice?
He's like he's same age as Mount.
People are going to at us.
He's the same age as Mount because they like best.
Okay, I think Rice has had a better season than Mount.
Yeah, I think he has. I think it goes Rice then Mount, then maybe Foden.
Kulusevski.
Cool.
Okay, Declan Rice.
Well done, Rice.
Well done.
Best signing of the season. So I've got Kulusevski, of course. Diaz needs a mention. I've actually got two managers in there as well because you sign managers. Conte and Howe, big changes to those two teams. And I've also got Guimaraes because he made an impact towards the end of the season.
Absolutely, yeah. I think...
Anyone else I've missed though, Josh?
I think I'm not, again, from my point of view, especially with the injury to Skip, Bentancur has saved Askin a bit. I think we would be really struggle without him. Mm-hmm. I also think my feelings on sweet Romero.
Was he this season?
Yeah, Romero was this season, at the very start of the season.
I kind of forgot that.
Yeah, so for me, the turnaround, and I'm going to just put a table here, Jay. We're just going to edit a table in here. This is where you don't know, but this is where we were.
I'm looking at the table.
This is where we were before, with 12 games left of the season.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ground to catch up there.
Yeah, a lot.
On Arsenal. And I think the signing of Kulusevski helped us get there. And I really think he ended with 9 assists and something like 5 or 6 goals.
It's been pivotal. Like, as much as Diaz has been important to Liverpool,
he might win in the Champions League, but we're not here to talk about that.
He's not been as important to your top 4. Like, getting top 4 for you this season, especially from where Conte started and where Kulusevski started, it's so huge. And I think Conte deserves a big shout as well. Without him, you don't do this. Because without him, you don't sign those two.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to give it to Kulusevski.
I'm happy to do that. I think he's been brilliant.
I can't think of anyone else, to be honest.
Lukaku?
Oh, yeah. Is it already Haaland?
Yeah, well done, Haaland. You win.
Cool. No.
Biggest disaster. So we'll run through this one a bit quickly, but I've put just Man United down.
Yeah.
Burnley sacking Dyche.
Yeah.
And Arsenal not getting top 4. That's just a little dig at Arsenal there.
No, I think it's fair. I think it's so fair. And again, I'm gonna say this because I hate you, but the position they let slip is ridiculous.
It's huge. It's huge what
they were
did.
sat so comfortably in 4th. I think as well, and I hate to do this to you, Jay, but I think I need to cast your mind back to when Chelsea were just sat in 1st for about 8-10 consecutive game weeks. Mm-hmm. And for you to finish 3 points above Tottenham from that position...
Oh, yeah, no.
I know there's other things going on at the club, and I think Tuchel's a good manager. I'm not saying any of this, but to allow that to happen...
Yeah, no,
isn't great.
We've had a weird end to the season. Like, even when Watford scored their second, the equaliser yesterday, I was like, great. That's like summarises our last part of the season. It's been terrible since Juve in November. It has gone downhill. It's a repeat of a couple of years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing happened.
But United, I think signings they've made: Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane.
That's it. Look at the start of this year. Everyone, and not just like us. So many people were saying United should push for the league. It should have been a top 4 of City, Liverpool, us, and United challenging. We didn't challenge, of course, but we still finished 3rd. They didn't even try to challenge. They bottled it.
It's skin of their teeth that they're not playing in the Conference League next season.
They should be.
Skin of their teeth.
They should be. And they went out, with a bang yesterday. So United, biggest disaster. So the next category is unexpected hero. And I made this category because I think you talk about what happened at the top, you talk about how it happened at the bottom, and I think that's fair because that's like the natural talking points. But a lot of good stuff happened in the middle. Some good teams, some good managers, some good players. So I've got Bowen down, I've got Rice down, Guimaraes, Maupay, Trossard, Gallagher. They've all had great seasons for their clubs that maybe not have gotten up to top 4 or got relegated, but they've had solid seasons. Who else have we got in there?
I said briefly Ward-Prowse. He might level that David Beckham free kick record. Southampton have had a pretty drab time. They've had a few good moments, but Ward-Prowse has really stood up and stood out, and he is that sort of next best England player.
Does he play for England though?
Well, he's that next player, isn't he? He's the one that'll, if there was one more space, he'd probably go. He will probably just miss out. But while you've been speaking, Jay, if the category is unexpected hero, there's only one man for it, really, I think.
Go on.
Is it not Christian Eriksen?
Oh, it's a massive shout.
To come back from what he came from.
It's a massive shout.
As we said, we did sort of have a caveat that Thomas Frank wouldn't have achieved what he had achieved without Eriksen.
Yeah.
To come back to a club like that, to become the most high-profile signing in their history, or instantly.
And to have the impact that he did, when I saw him go there, I was like, that's nice for him. Like, I'm happy for him. Get back on the pitch and use it as a bit of a war. Like, no, he like came in and made a difference to that side. It's a massive shout. And if the title is unexpected hero,
there wasn't really much more unexpected than that. You wouldn't have when we sold him to Inter Milan, you wouldn't have been like, "We'll be seeing you soon, Eriksen." In the red and white.
You'll be helping Brentford out.
Busy bee. I think
I'll give it to him. Yeah, he's a great story for Eriksen there.
Hopefully, we'll see you soon, Eriksen. I'd take him back in a heartbeat, Jay. Come home.
Yeah, to play behind Kuleveski.
Come home, baby boy.
So the final thing on this video is just a nice thing for us, isn't it? It's just a nice little moment. We can look back and have our favourite memories for our clubs, Tottenham, Chelsea, if you didn't already know. And if our biasness didn't already shine through. Do you want me to go first?
You can do.
So this season, I think I've been to like the most games I've actually been to as a fan. I've not ever been able to go to this many games. I've met so many people online as well, which is wicked, on Twitter. Like just meeting people that you speak to online, meeting them at the games, having a pint before the game. It's been amazing for that. The season's been a weird one footballing wise for Chelsea, but outside of that, it's been class. So all of that, keeping in mind, the League Cup was actually a great day out for me. And I know it's a terrible, terrible result because of Kepa fucking skying it. But the whole day, getting there dead early, meeting up with all the people, getting into the pub, drinking and just speaking to everyone, it was class. It felt like a proper day where I was like, just with all the Chelsea fans, probably for the first time like I've experienced that. So I'm gonna say that as my favourite moment. And other than that, Juve 4-0.
A loss in the final is Jay's favourite moment of the season.
It says a lot about me as a character, innit?
Yeah, interesting. I
just like people, Josh, alright? Fuck the football.
I mean, I didn't realise we could go personal experiences. Obviously, going to the 5-0 against Everton was a great time. Obviously, a lot of me wants to say the 3-0 Tottenham Arsenal. That was a very aggressive day for me. I was at the pub very like, come on, like very, very, very amped up. Almost enjoyed Newcastle beating them 2-0 more, almost, because of what it meant for us. But I think in terms of just one of those moments in the season that I don't think I'll ever forget, where you look back and go, do you fucking remember that? Is when we were 2-0 down to Leicester in the 92nd minute.
Yeah.
And we scored in the 94th and 97th. Stevie Bergwijn probably will not be at the club next season, but he's given us that, and what a moment it is to give us, because someone put a really nice thread of like on Tottenham Twitter of like random goals that have led to us getting top 4. It's like Davinson Sanchez banging in a 1-0 win against like Watford at the start of the season. You forget about these moments, but you're like, that doesn't go in. You don't get it. If Bergwijn doesn't just run on the pitch and score 2 in 4 minutes past 90, we don't get top 4, and you forget.
That's the beauty of football, man. You forget about those things, but like a couple of years ago, the biggest one, Stones clearing off the line to win the league. Yeah, those moments are just brilliant.
But for me, that's my moment of the season, because that was.
Wait, which one? The
Bergwijn, the Bergwijn double.
Brilliant.
Very enjoyable.
The fuck is that?
No idea. Anyway, so they're the awards. That's our end of the season review. What's your favourite moment? What's your favourite thing on the things that we've said? Let us know if you're here.
Get in the comments, man. We like to read them.
We do like to read them. We're very lonely people. And we're the season's over now. The football's over. Doesn't mean we're gonna stop. I want to talk about what's happening next season. Me and Jay, our clubs will be fighting over a left-footed centre back. Where do we go from here? Where do Arsenal go from here? How will the promoted clubs get? There's things to delve into, and we will delve into them.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited for that. And I'm also excited just to turn my brain off for football for at least this week.
Yeah, it's been a long season, but the season doesn't end on the back post. So
we'll probably do something with the Champions League.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's happening.
I forgot about that.
And also, good luck to
come on, Real Madrid.
Someone tonight. Oh, good luck to Hertha Berlin tonight in their relegation playoff.
It's a big game for the boys.
1-0 down.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Hertha. You got this.
Come on, I'm Hamburg. I'm Hamburg all the way.
Off, man, you little hipster. Come on, Hertha. All right. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your loads.
Not the hipster's choice.
Hertha Berlin. Come on. Union Berlin is the hipster's choice.
Yeah, I'm saying, but still.
Come on. Come on.
Tell your dad.
Tell your dads about Hertha Berlin.